get it.
So just to kind of go, we're still having some of the same issues that we were having before. If you have, when you park your car, we're asking everyone, park your car at night. And I know sometimes you gotta move it because your son has his car, or your husband or your wife. Take that extra 5 minutes and put your car in your driveway. Just put your car in your driveway, put it in the garage. Some of that old furniture that you got, just set it out, put that car in there. But that's what the garage is for, garage is your car, you can put the car in there. It's sad that we have to do that, but it just is what it is. I need you to kind of help me out. If you have a Kia, or a Hyundai, I mean, they're very nice, they're nice cars, but you have to do what you have to do to protect yourself. So we have steering wheel locks here at the precinct, we should still have them that are free. So if you have a Kia or a Hyundai, Mr. Camp, we know you guys have that. So if you have a Kia or a Hyundai, please come to the station. We will give you a steering wheel lock. If you live in the precinct, we will give you a steering wheel lock. If not, you can go to any of the automobile stores, the parts stores, and get you one. You know, everybody remembers the club, but those work very, very well. The kids don't. For the most part, they're not gonna go through all of that. They're not gonna cut your steering. They're not gonna go through all of that. If they see you have a club on your Kia, what they're gonna do is go on down the street to the next one. So I need you to help us to help you. I mean, I can't tell you how serious I am. If you have a Kia that or a Hyundai to have one of them. The other thing, your property. When you have stuff laying out, say for instance, in your cars, don't leave your stuff out in your cars. Your car is not the place to keep your gun. Your gun should either, if you have a license, should either be on you or it should be in your house safely secured. So we've had an uptick in larcenies from motor vehicles for everything. So if you leave something out in your seat or in your ashtray, don't leave $10 worth of change, all your quarters, and you don't do that. Now, I know for you and me, like, well, who's gonna bother for that? It's free for the person to break your window. So just keep those things in mind. What was the other things? I'd like to thank everybody who participated, or I don't know if everybody saw, we have our sexual assault reduction task force here, which is small, but what we're trying to do is kind of address some of the issues associated with sexual assault and or sex work, trafficking on the John R. corridor. So we had an outreach program that our NPOs are at, and we're actually working with number 12, and we had a lot of outreach people, the Detroit Recovery Project, they brought a lot of resources to kind of help give the people over there in that area who are maybe doing some of the things that aren't very neighborly, give them some alternatives. So we appreciate your support in that. D-Rob, do you want to talk about your Teen Wellness Summit that's coming up with the kids?
Hello, everyone. So last year, coming out of COVID, working with all our kids, we, listening to them and their trauma and troubles with everything related to COVID, we came up with having a youth mental health summit. And so last year was our first one. This year is our second. Last year was very, very successful. And so Pistons called up, hey, we want to partner with you guys. And we want to, just share resources so that we can make it even better. And so on this Saturday, from 9 to 3, we're going to be at the distance training facility with, we'll have about 200 kids, and we're inviting parents to bring their kids out. You got to register, come out. I'll have some flyers. I'll make sure if you guys have some kids, we'll have like for panel discussions with experts, with mental health experts, as well as like professional athletes, members of the department, and from Henry Ford Health System. Then we'll have some table talks, like some breakouts with different professionals from like the health department, DWIN, and other organizations, including the police department. And we'll touch on topics with kids, and then we'll have vendors with different resources as well, some different activities and things like that. And so, like I said, it's going to be all day thing. We're going to feed the kids. They'll have opportunities for winning prizes and different things like that. And so the goal of the Mental Wellness Summit is for us to help the kids to be able to identify when they're in crisis and to know what to do, whether it's themselves or if it's a family member or a friend or something like that. And so we just want to make sure that they know that it's okay not to be okay and what to do about it. So I'll make sure to have some flyers in the back just in case you guys have some kids that want to register, but they're going fast, so they need to register right away.
Thank you, Dee.
And just to close out my report, one of our strategies is and over in the Detroit Police Department from the chief, one of our strategies, we have focused scout car areas where we focus our overtime efforts for what we call proactive patrol, where there's extra police officers on overtime in that area, making sure, trying to either enforce traffic laws or even other anything else that they see and be invisible in the community. And so I'd like to, I don't know if everybody knows, we have a TV star in our midst. Senior Sergeant Spruce, while on active patrol, he and Senior Patrol Officer Doug Nichols were able to save a little baby the other day while they were on proactive patrol. So thank you.
Right, I did.
So that's just an example of dedication that we have, and thank Sergeant Spruce and our NPO team as well as our patrol team. So we're doing what we can, and we will. If you have anything that you need us to get to that you don't want to bring up in the meeting, please give us Sergeant Spruce or Officer D-Rob, and we'll make sure that we get some officers in your area. Thank you, Madam President.
Absolutely, thank you. So do we have any questions? Anyone on Zoom, do we have any questions for the captain? Hello, Bert, how you doing?
I'm good, Madam President. How are you?
Good. We're gonna come back to you in a bit. Okay, no question? Okay, we're gonna keep it moving. Oh, yes, ma'am.
How are you all monitoring the one-way streets? I think everybody's doing all kind of ways on those one-way streets.
Do you have a, so actually, we haven't been, not as much as the one-way streets, but we have actually been able to get our traffic enforcement unit spending a lot of time in our precinct. So, I don't know if it's because of we had to pull some strings or what, but they actually spend a lot of time. If you can give me those streets, or if you can give them to Officer D-Rob, I'll get our motor guys over there so we can pay some special attention to your area.
And if I could add to that, sir, because I actually got somebody, I think 2 days ago. It's always the residents. Most of the time, it's people that live right there. I say, I got somebody, yeah, there was it wasn't the young people. It was somebody seasoned. I just say, they come down the block and I'm right there in that van, they don't recognize that I turn those lights on. So yeah, I always have something for them.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We are going to prune the trees at the park on Nevada. And we need to be able to set the bulk out. Would it be in violation to set it on Nevada?
I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. Call Kiana Sessom over at a Farwell, and she will be able to tell you what to do and how it will get picked up. And I don't know if she's online or not.
So
Is Kiana on?
she's not on just yet, but one
Okay.
other thing in addition, if you're gonna be at a park or something like that, you do now, they want you to register with, what is it, Compass or something?
Mm-hmm,
Even we have to, when we're going, we're supposed to, they'll yell at us, I got yelled at a couple times over the last couple weeks.
okay.
So if you're gonna be on the park, they do want you to register with Parks and Rec.
Well, it's privately owned by Coney Gardens. The
Oh,
park
okay,
is.
you got it. Okay.
So we need to, but it still needs to be pruned. We, cut the grass and raked up, got the trash and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But I have these bags
okay,
and I need to have them picked up by bulk or whatever.
yeah.
And I don't
Get
want
with
to
Kiana, because what they're gonna do is she'll schedule someone to come out there and make sure those bags get picked up after you finish cleaning.
Okay,
Okay,
All right.
yep, so give her a call. If you don't have a number, I believe I do. And I'll dig through my bag and I'll get it for you, okay?
it's not hard. I just need to be pointed in the right.
Okay, all right, as long as you're good, okay,
Thank you.
yeah, yes, sir.
You talking about what the Northern Lodge is,
Yeah,
Bank Lodge,
right
right
there.
next door to,
Yes.
yeah. I don't think that's designated as a park.
Well, it's not a park with the city, but it's.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Park, yeah.
Yeah,
But still, we cut the grass, we pick up the trash, that bus stop,
right.
even though it's a can right there.
And you can also probably call DPW to find out what you can do with it.
But thank you.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So with it being, Motor City makeover these last
That's why they
weekend,
call it,
in this area, the next couple weeks on further east, but they are having special pickups for that, so do call K on such. Right, something.
So we wanna, I'm sorry, if we wanna continue getting out the cleaning our alleys and stuff like that, we can continue, but then there's a number that we call to pick up all.
Call up there at Farwell to Kiana Setham.
Right.
And let her know that you want to continue with your cleanup
Mhm.
and ask her, will they, pick your stuff up for you, wherever you sit it, just make sure she'll pick it up for you.
Yeah, cause years ago, I had called myself starting the Black Club. I started out by taking my grandkids with me, and we started from one end to the other. And we cleaned up, we put a bunch of stuff over, well, we knew where to put it, we couldn't block the alley and stuff like that.
Right.
I wound up getting a ticket, but she got rid of it.
Okay.
The judge got rid of it. She said, "You were all there doing that?" I said, "Yes, I've been doing it for years." Okay, so now we started our block club back up. Okay, it's small, but it's steady growing. The block looks nice and everything, but we have a few issues as far as like, we need another speed bump. Because they just run through.
And did you get the application for that? No, they have the speed hump application out, so. Yep, call Kiana, yep, so make sure you guys.
What happened was, like when they put the first speed bump, the people coming up. They couldn't put the second one, because we got to work. So that stopped, we kept going. So I think somewhere in there, probably got lost, was where they were supposed to, but they got lost and they never came back to put it. But it's too
I will
much
call
time.
Kiana and let her know just that scenario, and then you'll probably get somebody to get out there for you guys.
Okay, well, I need to give you the address to make sure.
You're gonna give everything to her.
Okay.
Yep, she's gonna ask you all the information, make sure she gets it.
Who did we talk to about lighting? We have lights out. Close to the 8 Mile, we got one, right? And then one in the alley over there.
Now, the alley you can get, they're not doing nothing with the alley, that is off limits, ever since they put the new lights out, the alley, if it goes out, you all are paying for it, so.
Okay, yeah, with the alleys, I had heard that. I don't know when it started. The alleys are now supposed to be owned by residents.
Mhm. Half.
Correct.
Yep.
Half and half.
Yes,
So you're supposed to split that, right?
yeah,
And between the two people that's right there, and have your half. So how do you get the pay? Do you have to pay, the tax for anything on that, am I correct? Or how they started that over?
not that I know of, you don't, you just take your part of the alley.
So that I can keep, you can keep it up, can you block it and everything by being mine? Yeah, block it.
Here's the thing, if you block the alley, a 6 feet alley from your fence line to the midline, you're responsible. You and your neighbor back to back.
Okay.
But utility companies still have to have access to the alley. So if you put a gate up, you gotta be able to notify them where the key is for the gate. They must maintain access to the alley.
Okay, so now, in neighborhoods that do have gates, they have blocks, like you said, they have blocks, so
Yes.
how do you mean, is that through the city or neighborhood?
No, it's through the city. I mean, the city, one of the properties of the city. But if you block it off, you must allow access for the fire department and the utility company.
There a form that you fill out for that?
No. But they wanna know about it, and you have to be able to check with the neighborhood, back in Kiana again.
She will be joining shortly. She's in another meeting soon.
But the city has to maintain access, even though you're responsible from your fence line to the midline of the alley, then your neighbor picked up from the midline to their fence line. You're responsible, but if you lock that alley off, they have to know where the key is in case of an emergency, because the utility companies have to get down there and the fire department.
So how does the west side have it where
They do, they sure do, because everything, a lot of people, it had been there for years, that's 2 years.
Yeah.
It's been like that,
When my parents been like that for about 10 years, and we're on the corner, and there's a block. So I'm trying to think, if you have to, I'm quite sure the city will probably let the department know, like this out, like ours is blocked.
That's-
There's the key, they can't get in that
That's
gate,
usually city engineer.
then
Like
that's
he
it.
said, when they did those easements, those were petitions that they
Okay.
had to go through with the city,
Right.
to get a total easement of the alley, get a total block out.
Mhm.
But if you just doing the thing where you wanna block it off, okay, so what you're gonna have to do to totally block it off without having a gate that opens, they're gonna have to approve your easement.
Okay.
So those.
And I
easements
go
are
here.
like this. That's done through city engineering.
Said you wanted to block off behind your house.
Well, actually, I want to block out the 2 years.
For them kids. So that they not in the alley.
Mhm.
It might not be, but you know, because the kids, we get complaints about the kids going to the footballs, going on other people's property, getting the windows and all that. One football hit the lady and matter of fact, one of my grandkids did it. Hit the lady and hit the lady, hit the ball, like I found out 2-3 days later. So I had a big kid, bring him to her and make him apologize and everything. You know, it's nothing like it used to be.
And they've seen cars, we keep, one, thank God hasn't happened lately, but they used to steal cars and put them behind the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get up in the morning, I got a car running in the house.
Right.
So see, I was trying to get it closed off, but of course, everybody wasn't cooperating, so nothing got done.
Yeah, you gotta come.
Yeah, you gotta have to come to Jesus moment. Yes, Ms. Hatcher.
Hello. So what do you do with your drive? I got a 12-foot gate in my back where I come down, 6 houses from Emory, to go in my drive, so.
Well, they wouldn't put anything there for you because you use your alley, so they wouldn't put a gate up there. Because you would, even if they can't, you would say, yeah, you can take your part of the alley, but 6 houses, gotta still get out, so they wouldn't be able to do it.
I got one other thing I want to say, I live to stay on the corner there, on the corner this way, across from us, I introduced myself to her yesterday. And I told her about the meeting and everything. But anyway, she said, the Dollar Tree is right back in my house. We had several robberies and everything, the dogs, I got 2 dogs back there, go crazy. When somebody's back here, we got. Where got white people coming through? Okay. We've done so much in these last 10 years, trying to keep the alley clean and all that. Myself, and it's just hard on us. Moving up somebody's feces and stuff like that, I don't like that.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? And I went over to Dollar Tree, I called the home office or whatever you call it, they said, when it's somebody's on it.
What you said, the Dollar Tree.
Now, the latest is, the lady told me that I just met, she said 3 or 4 registers. Back there in the backyard. I said, huh? And about that, she said, all the police come from the tree, she said, that's what she said. He said, I said, so what did y'all niggas do like this? Spirit, how did we get it? So you just told me that yesterday. And she said, baby, about 3 or 4, I'm back there with everything like that. I said, you don't be called. He said, they told her. Oh, my way.
Well,
What is that?
sorry, we're gonna get your number down. We're gonna do.
But you know, what's the problem with your alley too? They have drive-through parking for the alley, so they're not gonna block that out.
But this is not what the register is.
We are gonna check on those registers tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll see you after the meeting, give me the information.
Okay, here, let me give you the number to public light.
Okay.
It is 313-324-8290.
Repeat that, please.
313-324-8290. And that's for Public Lighting Authority. Okay, where are we going next? Oh, yes,
I
Mike,
have one more thing too, they're talking about the alleys right now. I guess it's the city, the tree trimmers coming in and having. Trimming up in this stuff, trimming up the trees supposedly off of the wire line. I'll say I doubt they're doing, but if you see them back there, my thing is, go out there where they at. Because they only gonna, I guess they got tunnel vision, so they just going straight down like this. So extra one that you want to shine or whatever. Some of them will, but some of them won't.
Yeah, but just depends.
It's not, you know, now. It's in the program.
From the tree program, I don't know how you.
That's on personal property, and I'm gonna give you guys that number in a minute. I got that one, and if they will trim your trees on your personal property. And but you have to call the number, and I'll pull that number up for you. I don't know what it goes by. I was just given the phone number and said that they will trim your tree on personal property. So I will make sure you guys get that number. Matter of fact, my mind is real short right now. We're gonna do that right now.
Number is,
That-
244.
Yep, 224-4444. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And that's to trim trees on your personal property, okay? I guess they got all this dollars in, and they said this is the one that they're gonna use it for. Some of they're gonna use that. Yes, ma'am. Well, just right, just call and just, see, where if you fall in that range or what, because like I said, they didn't give me any information, they just gave me a phone number. But you know what, we have Kiana on right now, and I'm gonna have Kiana to answer a couple of the questions. Sir, that you had about the bags. Yeah, she's on. So good evening, Kiana, how are you?
Hello, good evening all. I'm doing all right, thank you. How are you?
Good. We had a couple of questions and we're hoping you can give us an answer. And sir, I'm gonna let you ask Kiana yourself,
We
okay?
cleaned up the park on Conant, Nevada, and we're trimming some branches and things so the trees won't come over the fence and harass people walking down the street. And we was wondering where could we set that bulk out so that it'd get picked up?
Okay, so the only area that you can set bulk out for it to be picked up would be in front of an address, a residential address. They won't pick up at a location that is not a residential address or a lot, because that's not paying for garbage fees, right? So it has to be in front of a location in which for bulk pickup. that is an active residential address. Now, is it already out there?
Well, it's in the park right now, bagged up. We have not pruned the trees yet, but we plan on doing that within the next couple of days.
Okay.
But the garbage and things of that nature is already bagged up.
Got it. So I would say traditionally, when it comes to community members doing some sort of cleanup effort around your neighborhood, the Department of Neighborhoods could support you with a special pickup. However, because May is Motor City Makeover Month, and just this past weekend, we had 330 groups between District 1, 2, and 3 participate. And so the city is picking up that debris and garbage this week, and they'll be doing that for the next couple of weeks throughout the other districts that are participating in Motor City Makeover. I would say that I could add, traditionally we would just say we could get a special pickup, but we're not taking any special pickups until June. So what I would suggest or say is that either you can wait to do the rest of your cleanup to June, or you can put some of those bags slowly out in front of a residential address around the park, if that could work.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have another question?
Yes.
If we're doing a Motor City Makeover, and you can't pick up what you like you want, because there ain't a lot of things, everybody's not a lot of things.
Okay.
What'd you do then?
I couldn't really hear what I heard. That I couldn't hear the question. I'm sorry.
You get bags, you have with bags in the water, you put bags in water.
She said, if you're a senior, how do you?
Right.
No,
No, I know what you're saying. You're saying the people on your block. So the question is, Kiana, we have a neighborhood where there's a bunch of older people. And they need assistance with cleaning. A lot of them can't, carry bags and things like that. Is there, and this might be good for our explorers too, if we could, to see if they can help our seniors over on Hawthorne.
We have to see, look into the dates.
Yeah, just a thought.
So we might be, we have to figure it out. So what I would say, we just call the office and we'll see if the kids can help out based on what you guys got planned
You know what I
and
did?
things like that.
Yeah. And the city of Detroit Department of Neighborhoods has a volunteer coordinator. And so, for example, for the Motor City Makeover cleanup efforts, when you register, there's a slot that asks if you're requesting volunteers, so that if, say, for example, if you're a senior group and you're saying, I need some support, you would be interested in volunteers helping you with your cleanup efforts. So as we get volunteers, we have been pairing them to groups such as yours. So once Motor City Makeover is over, there may be opportunities for more volunteers to come and pair with groups throughout the year, especially in the summer months when it's warm. And I've been told that during the week is a day that individuals are open to coming to support community groups. So if that's something that you're interested in looking at during the summer, June, July, August, following Motor City Makeover, we could definitely discuss that further.
Now, you said you had a suggestion.
Yeah, what I did was, I'm a senior. What I did was, I said, everybody come together and then what I'm gonna do, the food, drinks, Kool-Aid, whatever. What I did was, I made a pasta salad, I went down, all beef hot dogs from Sam Club and everything, but they had somebody out there, grilling the hot dogs and everything. The older people, I had drinks and beer. Well, I did, this is after we're done. So I had
Everybody know what song they can try to figure that combination.
No. Because when I first started, it didn't work. I put the beers out there while it was working. And y'all think everything got slow.
Right.
So what I did, I waited till everybody was done. And then I said, y'all come to my house and I had put the, for the adults. And drinks for the kids or whatever, Gatorade and all that. I had that for the kids. And that's how the kids come on in and the kids were going down. The kids were going down. So, and enjoyed themselves. you know, this is what I did, and it worked out good, okay? Okay, nobody was drunk either.
The next thing you know, we got to call the police out there, somebody to saw our protection. I'm just saying, don't work about this, but that's right. Work about Yes.
Said that, they got a program now that come out to do trees on private property.
Yes.
Are they trimming trees around your, like your phone line or power line, something like that, or what, can you come trim?
No, I think the program works. I just got the email from Terry. Now, DT is supposed to have workers coming out, and they were sending people coming down the alley. They're not, you know, coming into your yard and all of that. They just strictly going down the alley. But this program that I got, that's what it said. Because Kiana, I got an email, and the email that I received is tree trimming on personal property. And they gave a 224-444 number.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about that program. We had that presentation last night on the Dancast.
Okay.
So I can speak to that whenever you are ready.
Well, you might as well go ahead since you have the floor.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Kiana Sessoms. I'm the District 3 manager with the Department of Neighborhoods, Mayor's Office. So the new program that many of you all have probably heard about is the tree removal of a dead, dangerous, or diseased tree. This program is new. I believe that they're looking to support 2,500 trees. I'll double check that, but the priority of these trees will be given around schools, parks, and churches. They'll also be accommodating senior citizens and the disabled community as well in situations where health and safety is important. So there's an online form that they're requesting for people to go on to fill out, and I'll share that link as well. And it basically asks a couple of questions, location of tree, your information, so on and so forth. And what they're doing is they're prioritizing the program around how individuals meet the criteria. So like I said, priorities being given around schools, parks, and churches, as well as senior citizens and the disabled community. It does not mean that you will not be eligible, but they do ask these questions for the eligibility of this program for priority reasons. So this program is if there's a tree encroaching onto your property or is dangerous or seen as dangerous to you as a resident, you should apply. And what they're doing is that they're contracting with our inspectors will come out and inspect the tree. They'll call you before they come onto your property, and you have to give them permission as it relates to coming onto your property to investigate the tree. So this is a little bit different as it relates to how inspectors would come to look at those city trees that are on the berm. They would come out. They necessarily would not always call you or talk to you about it, make corrections, or tag it and somehow, and then the tree is trimmed or cut down. This particular program, they have to be in communication with the homeowner in regards to the removal of the dead or diseased tree or trimming of that tree. They will be starting that program in July. Right now, they're just accepting applications, and they're also accepting contracts for the actual program. And so if you have any interest or you think or question that you may be qualified, I encourage you to fill out an application. I think yesterday they had about 2,500 applications already. And every day people are putting in applications. So we encourage you to do so. If you aren't able to put in the application online, as Ms. Kim said, you can call 313-224-4444, and someone will be able to take your information over the phone and put your request in. So, and just as I wanted to say, if there is a tree that is sitting on the berm, that would be something that the forestry department would work with you on. And the berm is considered between the sidewalk and the street, that grass area. So if there is a tree that needs to be trimmed or cut down, that's a separate program, but you can still put that in. This particular program is if it's on private property. So that's why this program is so great, because a lot of times homeowners, it can be expensive to trim a tree, or sometimes it may be your neighbor's tree that's encroaching on your property. And so you can fill out this application so that can be considered to be removed or trimmed.
Also, we have a question in here, Kiana.
Okay.
Okay, I was talking about on our street, they have started installing speed bumps. They did one, but I think it actually was another one, but they couldn't do it, install it right then because we had a water main break. And they kept doing it, so that kind of stopped them from doing it. But it's like not one near 8 Mile at all. Then you go all the way down, and Savage is one, and it's a big, yeah, it's a big gap right there. They never came back.
Okay, so what is the address?
My address is,
You don't have to give your address, but what are the boundaries where the speed cushion was supposed to be placed?
between 8 Mile and Savage. On Brantford.
Okay, I'll send this over to the street cushion director. It's not the director, but the gentleman who's over that program, I'll send it over to
I
them.
have one more question. When that happened, they messed up my whole front of my grass, the city. But they put that blue sod up there. It killed my grass completely. And you know that I'm very funny with my property and my grass. It killed it. The hedge of my grass is like gone, and then they didn't build it back up. It's ditch. I can't even get the grass. They're gonna have to till it back because it was so much blue salt that it just damaged that whole area. It's dirt now. And then they came and gave me them seeds that had weeds. It was weed. Now I have pictures of before. I mean, what am I supposed to do about that? The city did it, so that's why I'm trying to say. And I tried to work with it, but it actually has to be. It has to be dug. It's cement there from them doing it. It's all kind of stuff there. I can't have my front like that.
Okay, so I hear you. I just want to maybe say that we can talk offline, because it sounds like there's a couple of pieces that need to be addressed. Okay. So if you said that you have pictures, if you could please do me a favor, I'll be providing my email address following this. If you wouldn't mind just providing the pictures, providing your address in that email and your complaint, I can go ahead and get that started for you as it relates to appealing. But it sounds like you had already started addressing the issue with someone. So let's start there, okay?
Question. Sessions.
Hello.
Where do you access the online tree trimming?
Yeah, I have some more information I just wanted to share with you all before I end with the tree trimming, but that's a great question. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat, but that application is on the City of Detroit's webpage on the Department of Neighborhoods page. So I'm gonna put that link in the chat, as well as I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna go to this detroitmi.gov. And it's on the Department of Neighborhoods page. And I'm going to go ahead and share that link on the Zoom, okay? So you all should be able to see that. But I also wanted to just provide you with the criteria for the qualifications for the program, and just read those to you as well. So let's see. You have, here it is. So just a brief overview. It's about, the goal is to remove around 2,250 trees and to trim. there's going to be an arborist that will investigate, claim, confirm, and make recommendations. So someone who is a trained professional will come out and investigate your claim, confirm it, and make recommendations either for a trim or removal. And then that contractor will remove or trim that tree, okay? And so there's a scope of work, all of those things, but the verification that will need to be provided as it relates to the application is verifying that you're a senior, which is 62 plus. You'll have to verify if you are of a disabled, that have a disability of any sort, that can be of any age, that you're the owner or primary resident, that's your primary residence. You have Medicare, or you have a Medicare card, and you are a HOPE participant. So these are all verification pieces that will provide you with priority. And the other components were located by park, located by a school, things of that, and if there's an emergency need. Any questions about that program? Like I said, again, the number is 313-224-4444. And you can call, I believe they said 8 a.m. Tomorrow morning, and put your request in. Hello.
Do you have any other questions or concerns?
You need to read that link because it's too small.
Okay, they said the link is so small in the chat. Can you read that link to the application?
Okay, so you're gonna go to the DetroitMI.gov website. And in the search engine, you'll put Department of Neighborhoods. And on that page, there is, do I have the ability to share my screen?
Let's set you up.
Well, we going to set you up. How about that?
I can just show everyone how to go about doing that.
What if they don't have it? Right. Oh, he said,
They have a phone number too.
And actually it's on, I think it's on the first landing. Yeah, that's on the article is on the main page. And you can just click on the.
D-Rob's gotta go to the 11th Precinct mainframe.
I got another question while they're doing that. For these qualifications, is it, you have to be all of these, is it senior and disabled and the owner, or is it all disabled?
So you don't have to be all of those qualifications. However, they are asking those questions on the application so that they can understand and prioritize as needed, kind of like a grading system.
You can share your screen, Peter.
No, it says I'm still disabled. Maybe if you make me a host.
Yep, I just did.
Okay. It's still giving me an issue. It's not saying I'm a host. Try it one more time.
Okay, he's gonna come back, and as soon as he does, Kiana, we'll have you show us how to get there. But we're gonna keep moving, just until he gets back, okay? So far, do we have any more questions online or in the room for Kiana? Kiana, can you share your email? People like your email address. Can you share your email address with us and then put it in the chat?
Sure. So first I'll share my telephone number. It's 313-348-8464. Again, 313-348-8464. My email is my last name, Sessoms, S as in Sam, E, S as in Sam, S as in Sam, O as in Opal, M as in money, S as in Sam,
Wait, like you lost, it. Start all over. I'm
It's-
sorry.
Never mind,
My last name,
S-E-S-N-O-M-N. Okay, now you can go ahead, yeah.
the letter K as in kite at detroitmi.gov.
Okay, any other questions or concerns? Okay, so what we're gonna do next until Officer Robinson come back. Anybody who signed the book, just to let you know what I'm getting ready to do, anyone who signed in, I'm entering your name in the drawing for a Ring doorbell. I'm raffling off 3 this evening. Now, I have 2 here that did not give me telephone numbers and they're not going in the bag, because I said I needed name, address, and a telephone number. So, here I have is it Annette Jones? Okay, and then I have a Deborah Love. Oh. Okay, so when everybody else, I have the information and you guys are here, just make it. They still in the bank. They still in that bank. Yes, they have not gone anywhere. They still right there in that same bank. Put it on the bank. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through until we get Kiana back. There's a couple of things. So April 17th started the street cleaning again, so they're gonna start that back up and it's gonna end in October. So I just got my sign put out, so they get ready to start our street cleaning again. Yes. Oh, you did, okay, yeah, it started in April, so I see they must be coming around in our area now, yeah. Okay, so be prepared for that. Also, we have Police Week that's coming up next week. We have activities that are planned for the officer. Our community day will be Thursday. That is May 18th. So let me just get it out now. So y'all don't call and ask me why not. I'm gonna tell you right now. Here's what we're going to do. If you would like to donate any money, I will accept that. Also, I will accept like little snacks that's already packaged and chips, you know, like the Better Made or the ones at the store. I will accept those. That is all I'm going to accept. Understand? All I'm going to accept. Okay? And I say that because I'm still a little shaky with this COVID business. And I do not want a bunch of food and stuff coming in. I want to try to keep it as clean as I can. So we are going to have the restaurants prepare stuff and bring it here, and we're going to serve the officers from here on that day, on Thursday. We're going to start about 12:15. That is for, is it the second shift? First shift. Second shift. And then about 6-ish, we're gonna take care of the third shift. Now, if you guys would like to come and sit with our officers and enjoy yourself, even grab your bite to eat or drink or whatever you would like, I am more than happy with that. But I want us to be clear. Come and enjoy, and that's what you do, come and enjoy. Okay, you'll be more than welcome to, you know, grab a bite. The officers eat first. Officers eat first. Then you guys are able to, you know, get a plate if you like. Not carry a plate home, but you do it right here. Okay, I'm just being clear. We need to do it right here. We're not gonna be packing up stuff, taking it, because on our afternoon shift is our huge shift where we get number 7 that comes over. We may get Highland Park that may come over. We get the chief and his crew. So that is a huge crew that comes. So if you like to enjoy yourself, I have no problem with that. Carry food home, I got a problem with that. Okay, but please come enjoy yourself. socialize with the officers, introduce yourselves, but let's be there for them on their weekly. If you guys would like to bring donuts up here or coffee or anything like that in the morning or afternoon for the officers, feel free to do that. But Thursday, I'm limiting on what is gonna happen on Thursday. Just because I don't want a lot of bodies all over food, I can't get with that just yet, okay? That's gonna be May the 18th, and that's on Thursday.
Do you need volunteers? You have volunteers?
I think I might be good with volunteers. But if you would like to volunteer, let me know. And then I'll try to make sure that I can accommodate everybody. Okay, okay.
I have another question. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Everything.
yes, I am.
I'll go on the line.
Oh, hold that thought. Okay. I thought you were gonna ask a question about police. I'm sorry about that. Okay, hold that. Yes, ma'am. You better eat it. No, what's on your plate? That's your business. Well, someone's going on. So we got to. What's going on? That's all I'm saying. That's weird. Questions online. I can't even see anybody. Bless his heart. Yeah, no. Okay, we'll come back to you guys on Zoom. I don't want to leave you out on Zoom. He stepped away, so we can't get to screen and share everybody so I can see everyone. Do we have any questions?
I do.
And
I think that is so thoughtful that you
thank you. And we always try to make sure we take care of our officers up here. We gonna look out for it. And just to let you guys know, any money that's collected tonight or whatever you guys want to do, we're actually going to use that towards the food. So you know, right off the front, all of this is going towards the food. And we have a nice little menu for them. We're looking at chicken, fish, pasta salad, baked beans, tossed salad, savvy sliders. I'm missing something. Rolls. I'm missing something else. Desserts. We got a ton of desserts. We have a talk now. Yeah, we have. So we have a nice little, I don't want, you know, a lot of kids. Because we have to be mindful, they just have to go back out to work. So I'm not looking for greens and you know, mashed potatoes and mac and cheese. They ain't gonna look up and they be like, nobody gonna get called out. But I'm gonna right up to. Okay, but I'm gonna do sign first, okay? I want everybody to sign. Okay, so just for heads up, so that if you guys got any questions, we can talk about it at the end of the meeting. So we'll
although we're not from my house for the bed.
I'm trying to get off. Okay. So we have a beautification that is on Wednesday. And we are looking for volunteers for beautification here at the precinct. And if you can volunteer, anybody online in the room, if anybody can volunteer, call community relations so that Sergeant Spruce and the officers have a count of who's gonna volunteer and what you guys will be doing. So I'm quite sure everybody know the number, but here's the number, 313-596-1118. Oh, shit. No, next Wednesday. That's next Wednesday. That'll be all part of police week. Is gonna be a beautification. That's next Wednesday, and I believe that's the 17th. Okay.
So we're gonna be outside and clean our flower beds, one of the main things, so y'all know.
Okay. Also, May 21st. That is gonna be Flower Day at Easter Market. From 7 in the morning to 5 in the evening. That is Flower Day down at the market. Also, just to give you guys, a heads up, we did April 13th, we had the Board of Police Commissioner meeting in our district. And we had that at King David Church, and it went very, very good. We had it went well. They did a great job down there. So I just want to thank King David and Pastor Brewer. So I just want to say thank you to that group. They made it work for us and it turned out perfect. Does anyone have any questions online? I can see everybody now, so sorry about that. Is there any questions? Any concerns online?
Can you guys hear us online?
Yes.
All right, okay, thank you. I see a thumb up in the corner, I can't see the name.
That was Alvin. We got Alvin on, Mr.
Okay.
Stokes. And we have Damian Mitchell, Councilman Benson.
Okay,
We
cool.
also have Mr. Martin from 36D.
I see Bert Johnson up there.
Oh, yeah, we got Bert Johnson.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we're gonna keep this moving.
And she can share now if she wants.
Oh, okay, Kiana, you can share now if you want.
I was trying. It's not letting me. It's supposed
It's
to.
still not letting you?
I'll send you what it's, what else? I'll send you what it's showing me.
Don't worry about it. We'll get it next time. We'll make sure everybody.
And if anybody need any help, we'll make sure we help them out, Kiana.
You know, city computer.
We're gonna go ahead, let's hit the Zoom first. So let's reach out to, let's start out with Mr. Stokes. And Alvin Stokes is the president over citywide of the community relation. So he deals with the entire city and all of the community relations departments in the city. So good evening, Mr. Stokes, how are you?
Good evening, Madam President. Thank you for the opportunity. To the commander in her absence, Captain Johnson, and you, the 11th Precinct. I just want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And I want to thank the 11th Precinct, both police and community, for what they're doing over there in 11. Thank you so much. You've been a big help to not just the 11th Precinct, but to citywide for just being there and doing the right thing. So I appreciate you all. Continue doing what you're doing and be blessed. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate you. Okay, next, Bert, are you available? You haven't been here for a while. How are you?
Madam President, I can't complain a bit. It's just been kind of cool sitting here listening to the meeting like old times, listening to the reports. Captain Johnson, good to see you. And to my other brother in arms sitting at the top of the desk, it's so good to see you as well. It's just been cool to, just kind of walk down memory lane a little bit. I talked to Kim, you all, President Jackson, some time ago. Kim, I'm sorry, what's your new last name, Mary?
Jackson, we're gonna keep it Jackson.
Okay. I was talking with President Jackson a couple weeks ago, and we were just talking about old times. And I said, I got to come see the folks at the 11th Precinct Community Relations meeting. So I just want to stop by, say hello. God bless you. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the crowd. You earned it. And I'm going to come visit with you soon. I was planning on it tonight, but I-75 decided it was better for me to stay back home. So I'm trying to be obedient.
You get a message from Miss McCann, and she said, be here on the 17th, you can help us clean up. Thumbs up.
Aye, Captain.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you, Bert, for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Next on the list, I see Merlin Martin. How are you this evening?
Ms. Jackson, how are you?
I'm great. How are you this evening, sir?
I'm trying to work this computer. How you doing?
We're doing great.
Nothing new to report today. So happy to be here with you. Been under the weather a little bit, so I'm glad to be back. Happy to see my brother Bert Johnson tonight. Have nothing new to report. I'm going to put my information in the chat for those that don't have it. Any questions or any concerns that you have that regard the court, you can contact me directly, and I'll see that you I reach out to you offline and get any answers that you need and help you in any way that I can.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Also, I see Councilman, I can't see you, I can't see that part there. Who is that? Councilman Scott Benson?
No, that's Mitchell, Damian Mitchell.
Damian Mitchell, okay. Hello, Damian, how are you?
Oh, hey, there we go. How you doing there? Sorry about that.
How are you?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. I'm out here at Bringard in Redmond. And I just wanted to say, I'm passing out literature. And I had 3 houses that said that they are happy with the job that the police department is doing. So that's what the residents out here are saying.
All right.
I think that's a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I just want to say good evening, everybody. I'm Damian Mitchell, the community liaison for Councilman Scott Benson. And I just want to say you can continue to call our office. We continue to try to make sure that we call you back as quick as possible, but we definitely call you back in a sufficient amount of time. And any issues you got, just make sure you call and just make sure that if it wasn't resolved, don't wait too long to call us back, because we do get things done, but you just got to call and let us know, because a lot of times I put things in the system and I just assume it happened if it got corrected if you didn't call me back and say anything. So I don't want people to be mad and that 6 months later nothing got done after I put it in, because I just figured things was taken care of. So yeah, just continue to call. You're not bothering us. We get paid to work for you, and I don't mind working. So if anybody got any issues, they can continue to call 313-530-0587 or even walk in our office at 13560 East McNichols. We're there from like 10 to 5. So you can just come in and tell us your issues if you feel more comfortable doing that. But we're happy to work for you.
Can you repeat the phone number again?
313-530-0587.
All right.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, D-Rob, with the permission of the president, can you, and especially since Councilman Benson's office is here, can you update everybody on what we did with the kids and how we're going to try to take our businesses back to make them appropriate for our children?
All right, everyone. So I know the last meeting we were talking about how the explorers have been going out with some officers and have been doing tobacco inspections due to all the complaints of kids getting access to vapes. So our inspections, we found 73%, 72% of the locations we went to actually sold to minors. They were, of course, cited. And there's some other things happening behind the scene. Definitely some positive things going to come out of this. That's one of the things that was part of the program. If you were out there, the kids had suggestions and things like that to make it safer for the community as well. Our leaders, the captain, the commander, we had licensing out. We had Kenyatta Sessa from the mayor's office, and we had pretty health department and like all the entities within the city that has jurisdiction over this issue. And of course, the citizens were there, and we had representation from the schools and from the churches as well. But this thing, Councilman Benson, I know all of us, we feel a certain way about our kids having access to things they should have access to, but Councilman Benson was definitely furious about, what he heard. And so we will be meeting with him tomorrow because he has an initiative that he is definitely pushing in regards. And so, he was not happy. I just say that. If you were there, if you were there,
If you would have seen him, that would have been, it shocked me, because he's always so like level with me, but he went way up here and then he came back down. Never seen him do that ever since I've known him.
I've been called to the school by my 15-year-old granddaughter. Because her mother is not active and I took over since my son passed, March 30th, and it's been real hard. She was vaping. I got in touch with the mom says, oh, I knew that, and laughed. I said, what is this? So today I'm tired because I've been all to CPS on she's trying to get help with it. Now this girl's 15 years old, a very smart girl. Now she's smoking weed, 15 years old, come on now.
so, and just if you are not aware of it, if anybody's smoking vapes or using vapes or e-cigarettes or anything like that, they are way more harmful, way more addictive, and way more dangerous than any cigarette you put in your mouth. And you already know how bad the cigarettes are. And so, and just for kids, and if you were there, and it wasn't us putting this on, this work, we had our kids out, and they actually did the research, they did the presentation, they shared all the information about how it starts to grow, it stops development of your mind and things like that. And so where you get a kid that's gonna be 18, if they've been smoking vape for a little bit, then they might have the mindset like a younger kid based on when they started smoking. And so it's really, really, really dangerous. And so we're trying to bring light to it. And one of the things that was really, really profound that the kid said, like, hey, why are they bringing this stuff into our neighborhoods? They can't do it in their neighborhoods. And they were asking these store owners who were also in the building at the time, and some of them kind of felt bad, and even, you know, afterwards were like, you know what, we didn't really realize how bad, you know, we were contributing to the community, the bad stuff we were doing to the community, and so they vowed to do better. But we're gonna continue to do this citywide. We'll be doing this you know, throughout the summer.
Is there a number that we can call you all on about this particular thing you're talking about right now? About the vaping and where the owner's selling this stuff, and we know back that this is.
If you guys know, just call the community relations office. That's the 313-596-1118. And this will be for any, because we have this thing citywide. So we're working with our partners at the other precincts as well, other neighborhood police officers from other precincts, because it's a big deal in the city and throughout other communities as well. But we got to start. We just got to make sure we just.
But they don't think, but they put
You're absolutely right. So I mean,
I don't understand it.
Yes, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Don't do that.
I'm like, something. Oh, my bad. What do you mean, my bad? This is not how you talk to me. I'm wrong.
So one of the best things we can do is continue to try and educate our kids. Start small, like before maybe we started in high school, we got to go down to elementary school now. That's what we've done with some of our programs, because they are getting so much access to everything. We got to limit these kids on their like social medias, on their electronics. You got to make sure you monitor what they have access to, because back in the days, when you say go to your room, your kid was in a room, and unless they climbed out the window, they didn't have access to anything except for what you gave them access to. Now, a kid being in that room can have access to the other side of the world.
Yeah.
And so it's our responsibility as parents. We can't, the stuff that we use when we're being raised or we use on our kids, don't work now. We got to evolve. We got to evolve. We got to. And so.
It's just. That's what it comes from the home. Yes. She said, the mama said, I know. And the phone was funny. Now I'm getting ready to go to court with this woman. Because, you know, I got 5 of these kids. One of them twins was like, you know where you come from. And I got these kids in my home. And
So this is what I say to you though, now. Make sure, I got flyers on the back table. Make sure you bring your kids ages 12 to 20, I mean 12 to 18 actually for this 12 to 18 at the Teen Mental Wellness Summit. We'll address all those things there as well. We will have it's Saturday. I got the flyers on the back table. Make sure you grab one. And we'll have this thing called Hidden in Plain Sight. So Dr. Dudley and the Youth Connection, they put on this presentation where they'll put up a makeshift bedroom. And so if you go in the room, looks like a bedroom, and then now you're tasked as a parent with trying to find all the paraphernalia within that room. And I can tell you this, it's hard to find because some things, it's gonna keep in plain sight, and it's some stuff you'll look at it, wouldn't even know what it was. And so these kids are crafty.
Yeah.
These kids, they are very, very intelligent. And so we gotta up our game. And so it's our responsibility as parents to make sure we do the best we can to protect our kids.
They worried my son.
Yeah, thanks, Dee.
And now I said, we talked to her, do y'all trying to kill me? No, it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But you got another parent that's talking about the kid, wanna be the kid's friend. What's this gonna have to do with the
Yeah, that's really just. Yeah.
we have, oh, no, there she go. How are you? You know what? One of these days, I'm gonna get it right. And I'm gonna literally call you by your name. One day, I promise you, I'm going to do that. So come on up. You got any information to share with us? Yeah, come on up. And then you could give them your name and all that good stuff.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
It's
evening.
nice to meet you. It was finally having some nice weather, so. My US Attorney Don Ison was here last month, and so I got to see her and speak from her, or hear from her, and I'm sorry to follow her up. For Don Ison. But just a couple updates from my office. We are starting I asked Latrell what I should call it because the name keeps changing, but he said enforcement action is, I think, the most appropriate term at the time. It's not this precinct, but in the 8th and the 9th precincts, there's gonna be a couple of squad cars dedicated to enforcing. And my office, the federal prosecutors will be urging for those particular precincts, felons in possession of firearms, carjackings, and robberies. So if you're in that precinct and you commit those crimes, my office will prosecute them. So starting that this summer, and then for this particular precinct, one of my colleagues, Terrell Hogabuk, had a detention hearing today for somebody who was terrorizing his girlfriend. It was a domestic violence incident, including shooting at her house. And so I believe that Terrence charged that person with being a felon in possession, and he was detained, but then there's also state charges against the same person for the shootings. So hopefully that's just one person off the street who was shooting. And that was, I think he told me that was somebody who was in Conley Street that has a particular relevance for you. And then the other case I wanted to highlight is one of my other colleagues just indicted a number of defendants in connection with distributing fentanyl, and that resulting in death. And I think it was a sixth person, so 6 defendants in the indictment, one of whom was from this precinct area. So we're targeting the fentanyl, the shooting. What we all hope is that we have a quiet summer and that my office doesn't have to charge. That's the plan, to try to help work hand in hand with Wayne County to make sure the summer is safe for all of us so we can actually enjoy it.
So we work very closely with the United States Attorney's Office. We have our crime briefing. They send AUSA Huckabee and his partner come every Tuesday except for today, because they were because he was in court. The people that she's talking about are directly in our community here, that they have helped us by working together, help remove them from our community. So that's a direct result of right here. We're not talking about downtown. We're not talking about the west side. We're not talking about anywhere. We're talking about right here. These are people that they're helping work with us to remove out of our community. So we're going to continue to work with them in that partnership, and we appreciate their dedication. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I really just thought, you know what? I'm just always talking.
We got a question here from President Stokes.
Is that? Hello, President Stokes, yeah.
Yeah, have her come back up and talk about the peacenik. We're not always talking about crime. have her mention the peaceniks that are gonna be happening next month.
Oh, okay, she's on her way back up. Here she comes.
Yes, thank you for the reminder. Those are in July, I think the first 2 Saturdays of July. So the same 2 precincts I was talking about, the 8th and the 9th, we did this last summer. And I think we're gonna do it in the same 2 parks, and next time I come, I'll have the exact dates and the locations for you guys. But this will be in July, and peaceniks are, my office, working again in partnership with several other offices. It's a variety of things, but we have a lot of things for kids. So last year we had face painting, that kind of thing for kids, also food, but then also services for folks who are re-entering the community, to meet one-on-one with other people who have returned and reestablished themselves and found work. Because my office is really focusing not just on enforcement, but also helping people when they get back. Because we don't want to send them back. We want them to come back, rejoin society, and be productive. So more information about Peacenik, but that is coming in July. And the hope is that folks will come out, bring your kids, bring your grandkids, have a lovely day, but then also learn about all the different services that the community provides for yourself, for anyone else who's re-entering the community.
And what's your name?
Oh yeah, I don't think I was here to say that. I don't have to tell nothing. So my name is Diane Prince. I work at the U.S. Attorney's Office. I'm one of the prosecutors there. I started coming to these in September. I live in Detroit. I live in the 7th Precinct, actually. So I love coming. I always write information down for my husband about trees and the alley. I live that thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, another question from Mr. Stokes.
Oh, we have a, yes, Mr. Stokes, President Stokes.
Well, Madam President, I want to say that it's been a pleasure. I've had the opportunity to work with the U.S. Attorney during her press conference. July the 9th in the 8th Precinct will be at O'Hare Park. July 15th will be in the 9th Precinct. They did this last year and they started it at about 12 o'clock and didn't get the big turnout we wanted. So we decided to move the time back a little so that when the folks wake up at 12, they'll have time to come out to the Peacenik. So we're looking forward to sponsoring this Peacenik in the 8th and 9th Precinct, July 9th and July 15th. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. So now, Diane, you guys always just do 8th and 9th? You don't go throughout the city, or is there a reason why you just do it at 8 and 9?
So this is only the 2nd year, and I know that Dawn loves this, and so it may grow. I know that they're doing one in Flint as well. But we started with the 8th and the 9th because that's where we identify those as the precincts that need the most resources. But and I guess that's where we're continuing, and maybe next year we'll expand, but for now, 8th and 9th.
Okay, thank you. We have Commissioner Cedric Banks. How are you this evening, sir?
Doing good, Madam Secretary, how you doing?
Good. So, any news that you can share with us from the Board of Police Commissioner?
Sure, we got a little something. How's everybody doing? Great, great. Yes, we got, Madam Secretary, Captain Johnson.
President.
President,
Yes.
everybody, how's everybody doing?
Everyone's good, sir.
Great, great. Now, every Thursday at 3 p.m. at the Public Safety Building, 1301 3rd Street, we have the Detroit Police Board of Police Commissioners, what Chief White represents. Chief White is talking about cases all over the city of Detroit that he's representing, talking about crime. If he's not talking about it, he has one of his assistants, Assistant Ewing, Deputy Chief Ewing, Deputy Chief Kyra Hope. Somebody's representing the meeting. And this week we will be at
This week we'll be at Cromwell Recreation Center, located on Lasher, 6630 Lasher. At 6:30 p.m. And you can ask questions, you can make public comments, you can see what goes on in the city of Detroit about crime. Many of the city of Detroit people come out to see what's taking place. We all need to be there. Everyone needs to see what's taking place at these meetings. You have some dynamite speakers that be coming out, representing the city of Detroit, giving presentations. It's really wonderful. We need more people on board to know about what's taking place in the city of Detroit every Thursday. We talk about Shot Spotter. That's a part of the equipment what DPD has. We talk about facial recognition. You can learn about these techniques and you can learn about these tools, how these tools are tracking criminals down with accuracy. So you need to see and be a part of this, what's taking place.
What time?
All right, do we have?
Well, once a month, the meeting is held in a district.
What time is this Thursday?
This Thursday at 6:30. Every Thursday, except for the second Thursday of the month, is 3 o'clock at Public Safety Headquarters, 3 p.m. And these are some blessed meetings. People need to see what's taking place. They need to see what's going on, what the chief is talking about the crime going on around the city, how they're tracking the criminals down. And it's very blessed, very powerful.
Commissioner,
Yes,
do you know if any police commissioners are gonna come and support the event on Saturday, the Mental Wellness Summit?
where's it gonna be at?
It's gonna be at the Pistons Performance Center. So there's a flyer on the back of the table, make sure you get one. That's right there at Second and
6201.
it's 6201 Second.
I can give it to them, and then I can make the announcement and let them know.
Yeah, so they'll know that, because they miss out on some of the good stuff that we're doing.
Okay, I definitely let them know, Officer D. Rod.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
And
Thank you.
no doubt,
Yeah.
and I'll get some flyers and pass them out too at the, I'll try to get them passed out at the meeting to the audience. We have a nice size audience on, especially community meet, we get a bigger audience in the community, because this will be held at the 8th Precinct. So we normally get a large crowd out when we go on the road into the areas of the precinct, so, I'll make sure I get them out.
Make sure they register, because we only got like 200 spots.
Okay, we got that on the flyer.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much, Commissioner Banks, appreciate it.
Right, well, thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Is there anybody else online, that I missed? Is there anybody on Zoom that I missed? Or is there any announcements you would like to give? If I don't see your hand up, wiggle and with the box will light up. Or I should say, or make a motion on your phone, not wiggle. Okay, I don't see anyone. Any questions in the room? Yes, you did. I'm sorry, because I cut you short. Yes, your question.
I have a question. We have a house. This squatter.
Right, please.
It has been squatting for over 17. The house is owned.
Say that there, no.
Not every day, they and all that sort of stuff. But the problem is that you have people going in and out. And it is actually owned by foreigners.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is actually having it for tax purposes. And don't care who in it, or what in it, but the kids and the people in the neighborhood maybe go and say, hey, we're gonna keep this in the neighborhood because we know don't nobody live there. So we'll go and pay taxes for such for a minute, but the house is not in their name. And then they go in there, change the locks, go in here and squat. So then we have illegal drugs, we have kids, we have fights, we have all of this going on.
What's the address?
The boy got killed at 20456, I know it is. Yeah, I think that's what that boy got, that innocent child.
Yeah, it needs to be more, somebody came by there yesterday, my name was a guy in something else. The one he don't own, trying to rent it out to a young girl. Now, how I know nobody knows that. Legal. But it's in a foreigner's neck. It's been in this corner name for years, and that's what they do. That's what they do, is they come in here and they kick the door in, and then they go in here, they come, the officers come, they give them a fake deed. And they give them a fake deed, and then the deed go in from there, and they say, well, they don't, no, they do not. I've been in that neighborhood for years. It's nothing but squatters in here. My thing is this, if you can squat and be quiet and be peaceful and keep it up, go right ahead.
But you're gonna cause a ruckus, you're gonna bring attention to yourself.
You're bringing attention to, you're bringing the wrong attention to the block. We have a lot of working people on that block, and a lot of owners. So when renters come and they come over here and kids come, and you got them all in the street acting stupid, guns and all this kind of stuff. And nothing wrong. 11th Precinct does a great job. I want to take it behind you, so y'all do a good job.
I didn't see y'all go through it.
But that house right here, nobody needs to be in it. Our block is really pissed and upset with it. It's like, it needs to be, we talking about even boarding it up. Because it's an eyesore.
Nobody in it now.
They're not in it now, but they did come yesterday. My neighbor came to me and said, someone came yesterday, a guy with some keys. And went in there, I don't know if it's the same group or not. And tried to give it to a young girl about 30 years old. No one owned that home.
That's what I don't want to happen is wrong.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. But as in, any of us up in here doesn't own it. You can go down there now, my house and pay a tax, but it's still in there. That's because they know that it was. So all they going is from block to block to block to block. You know, and I just don't want, we have a lot of kids on here. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Police don't come on there unless it's for emergency, like health issue. But that right there is an eyesore. They ain't for that. That's what I want to know. What do you go to for squatters like that? Who do you go to?
We'll look at it, but there's a whole thing about squatting. We have to make sure, we have to see that they're squatting. So, I got that house on radar. We're gonna go over there.
They come out there for that fighting and everything, and they came out there before, and then I was there, showed the police the deed. And the police said, let them come. I don't understand.
It was a guy came.
It's half the problem. Individual who owns a house doesn't have a management company.
No.
Agent.
Actually, I do have the card that it was the management company. It was some guys came down here and they said they was a management company, so my neighbor that used to say, they said it was, but it was things in a little park and everything. It was something like that, so they changed the locks and everything, then somebody came right after they did it, it went back to be.
You have a card, phone numbers of management company. Okay, see me after this meeting, so I can contact these people. It is a violation of city order. You got to vacant property, that you need to board it up, and you still have to maintain your property. So I'd like that number. I can directly contact them.
And this is kind of off a little bit. Because the night that this happened to that child, and I'm in the door. This was saying they was celebrating my son. Stuff. We had a bunch of kids out there and everything, and I'm putting on window. And I heard blah, 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 blah. I said, dang, I was scared, you know. I thought it was firecrackers. Then turn around, it was everybody come running in my house, hitting the floor and everything. I said, what the heck is this? But anyway, when long story short, when I came out there, because they take off everything, I came out there, one down. I couldn't say anything to the police at all. The guy was sitting on the porch right here, like he lived there, and the guy, he got up, and I'm standing this close, he would, take, and he would have two police right here. I couldn't say anything. I'm so pissed. Because my safety, you understand? So later on, I called my neighbor, which is what you know what I'm saying? And I told him this and that, and so anyway, he did something, and then they sent them to me and my granddaughter, we saw more. These guys was in a break from the country. Somebody was up over the, black, what they call it, black, say, black,
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna tell you to do. You gonna cut this story short right here.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because we are on Zoom and we are all over the map. So we're gonna cut this short right there. If you got anything, you talk to the officer. Okay, so we're done. Yeah, I'll just,
Yeah.
okay. But he wasn't saying like that.
That's what she said.
Right. Okay, so now, I forgot, yes. Introduce yourself, you're from Coleman Young. Okay, your name?
Zena Johnson.
Zena, okay.
My name is Zena. Hello, everyone. Hi, how are you? Okay. My name is Zena Johnson. I'm a community liaison from City Council Coleman Young, the second office. And what I'm here for is I have something here. If anyone have any concerns in your neighborhood, we would like to take that, get your name, your telephone number, and see if you can solve that problem. Okay, so that's what we're here for.
Any problems like that?
Any problems in your community. Everybody is trying to work together to bring Detroit back, and we're coming back. Okay, so if you got any problems or concerns, please. Okay, thank
Is there a
you.
phone number or is there email?
Yes, I'll give you my email.
Okay.
And my email is Zina, ZINA .Johnson, DetroitMI.gov.
Okay, ZINA .Johnson@DetroitMI.gov.
Yep. But if you want to write down anything tonight, you're more than welcome, and I will be getting started on it either later on tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. Okay. He's in large, so he has everything here.
Okay.
And we are working on things, so I just want you all to know, because we all work, everybody's working together, Vincent, everybody's working together, we're back, Detroit is coming back.
Okay, do we have any other questions in the room or do we have any questions on Zoom? No question? I see a hand up over there, sorry, I can't see that far. Okay, hold on. Oh, there you go.
Hi, this is Dr. McTire from Cary Rogie Hilldale Block Club. There are two questions I have real quick. One is we had during makeover, I was approached by a young lady who has a son who needs some community service time. And it's been mandated by the court. Is there someone who we could direct her to get him linked up with doing some community service? Could that be something that is done through the 11th Precinct or one of the agencies that we've been hearing this evening?
Yes, you can have them reach out to Sergeant Spruce.
Sergeant Spruce, okay.
Sergeant Spruce, and the number is 313-596-1118.
596-1118.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. The second question, a couple of nights ago, actually Monday morning, like about 1 a.m., we stay here at 7 Mile and Concord. All of a sudden, right in somewhere, like right at the corner, probably, it seemed like it was in front of our house, we started hearing all of these gunshots. It was like 4 or 5,
About 7 shots.
seven rapid gunshots. And it came out of the clear blue. My question is, when that kind of thing happens, do we call 911? You know, I've done that before and they say that, you know, they'll say, well, they'll send a car out, but is there a way that maybe we could give you all information more directly so you can follow up on that? Because, yeah, go ahead.
If you have constant complaints or a constant issue, you can definitely give us a call at the community relations office and we will put you on special attention. But when something happens immediately, the best way to do is to call 911 and we'll get a car there as soon as possible. So we've been doing a lot of different things to try to improve our response time. And we have a lot of technology as well that allows our supervisors, the sergeants on the desk and the lieutenants to kind of help our officers get to where they need to be a little bit faster. We've also upped our enforcement. So yes, if something immediate happens, you want to call 911. So what I always tell people is to, in some ways, kind of, you know, we do what we can, right? So if it's 90 degrees outside and it's Friday night, we're gonna have a lot of different things to do. But you know, so if it's like a Tuesday or Wednesday, hopefully we'll, sometimes we can get to a lot more things a lot quicker. So like I said, if it's a constant issue going on, give us a call at the station and we'll make sure that we follow up. But something that happens right then, right there, you call us and we'll get there as soon as we can.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Do we have any more questions online or in the room? Okay, so what we're gonna do now, I think we covered everything. I think I got everybody. I think I covered everybody. Scan the room again. Yes. I'm gonna take those tonight and I want you at least put your name in and what you donate. I just want to keep track of our community members. So not doing anything with it. That's just for film purposes, okay? So just give you guys heads up. So here's what we're gonna do. In support of we might be able to get out of here. Okay, I'm gonna have the captain pick. You got 3 ring doorbells you went out. Okay.
Francis Davis.
Was that her to get stuff out? Is that her?
No, that was Deborah. Okay. Okay. Oh, no, I have that at home. You know, you're not.
Fortune could.
Okay, Net Jones.
Don't be Mr. Robinson.
It's Edna Owens.
There you go. Okay, so now, before we leave, I'm gonna keep those same names for next month. And even the ones prior, the ones from tonight, I'll keep them in the bag. So you guys don't have to worry about entering again. You're already gonna be entered. And then we're gonna get some more ring doorbells and make sure you guys get them as well. But tonight, is there any more questions, any concerns? That we can talk about? Yes. Yes, ma'am.
as I was passing by Perch, was there some incident that happened at Perch? Because I saw a lot of stuff there. Yeah, in the afternoon.
I think they may have a fight up there or something.
Oh, okay.
We, DPS, we work closely with DPS, but DPS handles, their, on Detroit Public School property. But,
Earlier and wrong.
all right, so I'm gonna follow up on that. I know I got a date started here somewhere. I'm gonna ask him.
He's right here.
I know.
You know what?
He's hiding in the back making all the noise.
But I'm gonna follow up on that. So we are, I just want you to know, and that's a good question. We have had some issues with, some of the students at Virgin, but we're doing everything we can. We've kind of upped our patrols on 7 Mile. And as well, like I said, we are working with DPS, and DPS also has, started coming to our game meetings. So we're gonna hopefully be able to share some more information and get it that way. So I will do some follow-up today or tomorrow.
All right, any other questions? We actually get out of here 10 minutes early tonight. Okay, going once. Twice. Oh, we've been having a lot of, nope. Oh, you.
We haven't had little, like you say, shootings in our area. Real bad. And it's very not like on our street, but just in that area, yeah. Very, very bad.
She's trying to fix that up. She'll pick it up.
Yeah.
It used to be a time we could sit on our porch until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I would like to, okay, get it some way back like that, that'd be fine.
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
motion to adjourn.
And the motion that answered it. You run any other thing, but all right, now, any other questions online, in the room? Going once? Going twice? All right,
Hold on, he can tell y'all what happened.
let they take care of that, okay, hold on. So just so you all, while he's reading that real quick, don't forget Police Week next week. If you guys can come up, I really appreciate it, just to say hi, spend time with our officers. If you'd like to buy them some breakfast or bring, some donuts, coffee, whatever, please do so in the morning. Remember, if you'd like to bring snacks, you can, and that's all I'm gonna take is snack or your donation to feed it, okay?
Bring it that day, or can I bring?
No, I need it prior.
Okay,
Yeah.
bring it here.
Yes, bring it to the station, start to speak to one of his MPOs to make sure, and they'll put a label on it and let me know it's for us.
So who's gonna come in?
I'll be up there tomorrow to get it.
No.
Gonna be the
But it turns out it was a big fight.
Okay, hold on. Quiet, please.
There was a big fight up at the school. We did take a report on it. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm glad you brought it up. I appreciate that. I'm gonna follow up tomorrow to see what it was all about and if we need to do some additional. So, and what we, one of the things that we do as well is we do, what we call custom notifications. If somebody involved in something like a gang or a gun crime, I go to their house and talk to a person.
Yes, yes.
So thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Thank you.
Gone. You're not even going there, gone.